On the last episode of Spark, the teams were cut down to the final two as Team Gnome's run came to an end.
I am sorry, it's time to exit this game.
Team Gnome has killed it this far. I really thought we were going home.
But now, Dr. Gluon, ex-Mira Mira, Sim Lissy, and Team Llama look to continue their resurgence.
Llama!
We could win $100,000. What?
I've been doing this for too long to just get here and fail.
Standing in their way,
On to the next one.
Consistent Cowplant, Dr. Ashley, Little Siha, and Steffo Sims, they're one step away from the top prize.
That's so cute.
There's definitely a chance that we can win this.
2 teams, 2 final challenges.
Take it to the next level.
What the hell?
But only one will bring home the prize of $100,000. This is The Sims Sparked. Just 2 teams remain in the competition for a grand prize of $100,000. Team Llama and Team Cowplant. How does it feel to make it this far in the competition?
Wild. I don't even know how the hell I'm still here, let alone in the final 2.
Oh, I'm in shock. Complete shock.
What's shocking about it?
I think maybe just because we were on the top for so long, and then to get a taste of the bottom, I feel really lucky that we're still here, and I think we're ready to bring it. Not only did we escape elimination, but we're also in the finale, which is such a wild roller coaster of emotions. How did we go from almost going home to being finalists?
Dr. Gluon, what's going on through your mind?
I was happy to get to day 2, and here I am. So yeah, I'm pretty amazed to be here.
We started out not really being that organized, and I think we've really found each one of our strengths and really learned how to work together.
Is your team the one to beat?
Oh, of course.
But your work is not done. So far, you've been competing together as teams. But for this skills challenge, we're doing something a little different. You are going to go head-to-head, one-on-one.
This whole time we've been working as a team, and now I have to go do a challenge all by myself, and it's really scary.
Each of you will face off against the opposing team's respected skill player. That means stylist versus stylist, builder versus builder, and storyteller versus storyteller. The players will earn points from each judge. The team with the most points at the end of these battles will earn an advantage in the final elimination challenge.
I'm a little nervous for the story part. What am I gonna do as a story person? Am I just gonna tell a story?
Are you ready for your final skills challenge? Come on! Stylist, your head-to-head battle is called Gender Not Required. For this challenge, you must create 6 original Sims models that are different in size, different in shape, different in gender, different in ethnicity. You'll create a cohesive and unique gender-fluid fashion collection for your Sims to model in a fashion showcase. You only have 45 minutes to complete this challenge, and your challenge will start as soon as you enter the workspace. But you'll be there alone because the rest of the team will watch with us.
A lot of our challenges have been really heavily on story and not on style, so I finally get to just show my style, and I'm really excited for that.
I got it. Like, I'm gonna do fine. Like, I live in Creative Sims. But I wondered how my team would stack up against the other team directly. Being that we've had issues with Dr. Gluon and the story structure, how is this gonna end for us as a unit? It's about to go down.
So Mira Mira, Little Siha, head to the workspace.
I do feel a lot of pressure, especially being the first one to go during this challenge. It's all on me, and I gotta pull through for my team.
I'll spend a little bit of time customizing the sim, and then I'll kind of just dive into their outfits. This is all I do for hours in Creative Sim, on stream, making Sims, and diversity is in my backyard. But we only have 45 minutes, so this is super hectic.
I've been playing Sims since I was 5. The game has really evolved in the 20 years that I've been playing it. There's so many different skin tones, so many different hair types, especially taking away like the feminine and masculine tags and being able to wear whatever you want regardless of what gender. You aren't locked in a box anymore, and I think that's amazing.
Players, how does it feel to be in here watching on this side?
I'm nervous for her. I'm so excited. Like I want to be in there with them, at least like not touching the computer, but being like, oh yeah, that looks good.
You've been getting used to the team.
Yeah.
Team
You guys been talking about how, you know, you use teamwork and teamwork is important, and all of a sudden, now you guys have to work separately. It's like,
The strategy is to keep everything consistent, cohesive, make sure it matches, and really play around with things that I don't typically use at home.
I would really like to pull this one out for the styling round because I don't want to feel like a broken wheel on the cart that is our team. So I do feel a lot of pressure.
My strategy is to get the outfits done first,
And then whatever remaining time I have left, I want to work on their details and how I want their body structures to be.
Mira in Overdrive has a certain pose. She leans forward.
A power stance.
Not seeing a whole lot of diversity in terms of body size or age, and I'm wondering if that's something that they're gonna change.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling quite a bit of pressure.
Mira is an amazing stylist. I have some really tough competition. They were almost out the first day and they've worked their way up, so I do not underestimate my competition.
How are y'all feeling about Little Siha?
She like knows how to capture a vibe really well.
How do you think Mira's doing so far?
She's doing amazing.
Yeah.
When she goes in the style stuff, she knows exactly what she's looking for.
She has a vision.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you guys, I think that's enough. I'm gonna cut this feed. No! So we can be a little surprised.
You good over there?
Do you feel like you're overthinking everything?
I'm struggling. I'm trying to get it together.
No, I'm like, is it good? Is it not good?
How much time do we have?
Is there too much?
Hectic.
All right, time is up, stylist. How are you feeling?
I tried. I tried.
Okay, how about you, Little Siha?
I'm going insane.
All right, it's time to present to our judges. Why don't you join me?
I am a little nervous because my teammates are relying on me to get the points from this, and I don't have anyone to fall back on. This is all me.
All right, stylists, welcome back. Mira, show us your collection.
Okay, Be Cool as Ice with the Chill Collection by X Mira. Always shaken, but never stirred. So we have Nita, and she's wearing her swimwear fit. Mia, she has on her active fit. Let me play. Next up, Gary. He has on the everyday fit. And then we have John over here, which I had fun with because I really like his hair. It kind of came out in reverse. I was trying to do neutrals with pops of prominent colors, and it kind of turned into like prominent colors with like pops of neutrals here and there. And then we have Deshaun, who is in his formal. We have Katie in her warm weather outfit with the shoes and the top, and you know my favorite lipstick. I accessorized where I could, tried to give each of the Sims their own personal flair. I think I did okay.
Can you show me some of the accessories on? I think you said his name was Daquan.
Deshaun?
Yes, Deshaun. I was like, oh, he got his little things going on right here.
Which I don't think I've ever used these rings before.
It looked good.
Are all your Sims adults, or did you have any variation of age in there?
They're all adults. Everybody's an adult across the board.
Can I see some more of the faces specifically? Like get in on those makeup looks that we're seeing?
Okay.
Get in on those mugs.
Yes.
Are there any men wearing makeup as well? There you go.
Judges, do you see the gender fluidity in this line?
I think I definitely see the gender fluidity. But I think that what you're really showing is diversity with race and body type, and I think that that's beautiful.
Kelsey.
I mean, I definitely think it hits all of those notes. I love seeing a guy in a crop top. What can I say?
Yes.
I think it all blends nicely together. I can see the through line. Would love to go to this party.
Thank you.
Would have liked to see a little bit more diversity, maybe in age. But overall, I think you hit the paces pretty darn well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mira Mira.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing us your style.
The judges really liked my collection. The only oversight I really saw was that Sim Guru Dave pointed out I could have added an elder in there, and he was definitely correct. I just assumed do not change the age, and I never asked, and that literally is no one's fault but me.
And Lil Siha, you're up next.
When I thought about fashion, the first person that came to mind was my grandmother. She wears a lot of very strong patterns, a lot of very bright colors. So I named my collection Suzanne. My goal was to have one main focal point of each outfit. So this is the look I've chosen for the party outfit. I took a lot of inspiration from like Harry Styles. You see him wearing like a lot of blouses and like high-rise pants. This is our exercise outfit. I did want it to be a little bit simple. This one is our formal outfit. I tried to make him look a little bit posh, a little bit self-absorbed. And I tried to fit in some green as well in the shoes. He's got some rings as well. And this is our swimwear outfit. I kind of struggled between making the focal point the actual bodysuit as well as the flower crown. But I really liked the way they look together, and I wanted to put her in some wedges too. And for our sleepwear, I didn't want this one to be too complicated either, like the sportswear, because you're just passing out, so. And lastly, we have our everyday wear. I'd like to imagine this man is retired, he's done, he's chilling, he does not care, and he looks good while he doesn't care. So that is my line.
Judges, what do we think about the Suzanne line?
Suzanne line's cool. I definitely see all the floral kind of patterns going through. Appreciate some of the diversity I'm seeing. Wish I saw a little bit more kind of extreme body types or a little bit more variety in the sizes of bodies.
I like that it was a personal story. Anytime you have a designer that has something that says, these are what these prints, these are what these cuts mean to me, and the story that I'm trying to get across. I love that you added the floral for that reason. I wish that I saw a little bit more tying them in together, which I know there's so many fits. So to tie all of those things together in one, I know it's tough.
How about you, Kelsey?
I mean, I really love florals on everybody. I think it's pretty bold and fun. I like the backstories and the thoughtfulness. However, probably wasn't like the best way to spend time during this challenge. The challenge was more about body type, about diversity. But that being said, like I would definitely want to rock some of these pieces.
Thank you.
Little Siha, thank you so much for sharing with us. I hope Suzanne is proud. You can go ahead and join your team now.
Thank you. I hope I made Grammy proud. I think she'd be proud if I presented my Sims in like underwear. I don't think she'd care. I think she's a pretty biased source, so I think she'd be happy.
All right, builders, now it's your turn.
Growing up, pressures from family, myself, kind of stressed me out, but The Sims gave me a good way to kind of make my own reality. I could do whatever I want, I could be whatever I want, and that's why I really love the game.
I've always been interested in art, and I think that's probably where the connection in The Sims came from. Just like doing art my entire life and applying that to builds and like design, like I think it just kind of all work together.
Your head-to-head battle is called Unconventional Build. For this challenge, you must create a unique mode of transportation using unconventional materials. For example, if you're building an airplane, you can't use an actual airplane wing. Builders, you got 45 minutes, and your time will start as soon as you enter the workspace. Good luck.
I have to create a mode of transportation using unconventional items in 45 minutes, which is insane and arguably impossible. So, great.
The clock is counting down for our Builders Challenge. Dr. Ashley of Team Cowplant and Sim Lissy of Team Llama. They've only got 45 minutes to create a mode of transportation using unconventional materials.
At this point, I'm not even thinking about the competition. I'm just really wanting to create something that I'm really proud of.
Dr. Ashley working on?
Rocket ship, maybe?
My mind is racing. You could see like steam coming out of my brain to figure out something that's finale material, but also small enough that I could do it in 45 minutes.
Oh, a little cottage?
I have literally no idea.
My idea going into this was immediately to build a school bus because I knew items in the game that I could sort of represent pieces to a school bus. So I decided to just execute that as best as I could.
I definitely think working with a color palette's a smart move. You can immediately kind of put things together.
Very curious to see, like, if she's gonna make like an RV, where's that unconventional kind of material gonna come from? Is it a little bit easier to be on this side?
Oh yes, definitely. I was going through changes over there.
This is not what I do. I build family homes, I build student homes. I have never done anything like this before and I am panicking.
We're really focused on mode of transportation here. Looks nice on the inside. What about the transporting part?
Yeah, I am worried that she's kind of reverting back to her comfort zone, maybe a little too much.
You guys know what might be a fire idea? Is if I go in there and give her one little hint as to maybe focus more on the transportation. What do you feel?
I think that's a good idea.
All right, bye y'all.
All right. They probably tired of seeing my face, so go ahead.
What's good, what's good? Hey, girl. How's it going over here?
Pretty well. I had a clear vision in mind as soon as they said the challenge was unconventional mode of transportation.
Okay, I see what you're doing here. It looks like it was like crashed into it. I don't know, I'm very excited to see where you go. Can I get a little baby hint on what it might be? I won't tell the others, I promise. Okay, I'm zipped up and I'm zipped up.
Taylor!
Hello. What's goody? I see you're building some type of magical, I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to see what you do with it.
All right.
Is there a reason like why you're spending more time on the inside than the outside, or?
I want it to have detail because I feel like a lot of things have lacked detail that I've gotten a chance to build.
Do you think that you're gonna make sure that your outside is just as perfect as you're making it on the inside?
I will try, yeah.
Okay. You don't got a lot of time left, but good luck, my girl.
Thanks.
I'm excited to see.
Thank you.
Well, she played it cool in front of Taylor, but she definitely listened to her because she went right to that exterior and started adding some details.
Hey, what's the tea, Taylor?
I'm shutting it up.
So, we're gonna cut this feed and we'll see what they come up with.
Normally, I would spend 45 minutes probably just on one room. So an entire build and a unique concept in that short amount of time is very nerve-wracking.
Simlessly, we are very similar people and similar builders that there's a small chance that we might go out there and build the exact same thing. So I wanted to make sure that I did something completely out of the box and something that was gonna wow the judges.
Oh my gosh, I'm not finished.
All right, builders, hands off. Your time is up. It's time to present to the judges. Dr. Ashley, you're up first. Come with me.
I feel pretty good. The only thing I'm skeptical about is the structure itself because I wouldn't build something like this if I wasn't forced to, but I'm really confident about the concept.
Hey, welcome back, builders. Dr. Ashley, you are up first. Let's see your presentation.
When I first heard that I had to build an unconventional mode of transportation, the most unconventional I could think of, and that is traveling through time. So here, through the trees, there seems to be a wreckage site and my time machine. I really wanted to go with a time machine because it is unconventional and it also leaves it completely up to me what it looks like. The scene I was kind of trying to paint here was a crash landing There's kind of like the engine falling off, some debris, and all the trees have kind of been knocked over. I thought maybe of going for the more modern, super futuristic vibe. Let's just look at the top a little bit. There's kind of like the motherboard, mothership kind of antenna thing that allows you to go through time. So as we go in, I wanted to have kind of the contrast of a really beaten down exterior, but inside, the technology's got to be there. So it's got to be futuristic, modern, all the technology. One thing that I did want to kind of emphasize is I have a bunch of clocks everywhere, mainly to illustrate that the person who uses this machine needs to keep track of time around different time periods. Going out to the second floor, so through this top floor is kind of where I guess like the captain's area is to drive the time machine. So I did use this cool chair, again with this futuristic looking archway. That is my unconventional way of traveling.
All right, Dr. Ashley. Kelsey, I want to come to you first.
I'm definitely floored. I will also say mad props onto the attention to detail. You set the scene with like seasons going in. You like had like different effects moving through. Every piece had a purpose and was there on purpose.
All right, Dave.
Excellent choice for like a weird mode of transportation. Super sci-fi, I can totally see that. Like the clocks are awesome. I see a lot of tech related objects spread across various packs. So I think this was just incredibly creative and you really rose to the challenge.
Thank you so much.
Taylor, talk to me.
I really, really love the touch of the extra clocks and the overgrown vines. And when you think of transportation, you don't think about transporting through time. So I thought it was a really cool, unconventional way to do that. I gotta say, you completely did.
I'm very happy that you guys like it. I knew that it was a risk to do something like that, so the fact that they were really sold on the idea and they liked every detail that I put in really gave me some confidence that I really needed.
All right, so Sim Lissy, it's time to see your unconventional build.
So what I decided to go with was a conventional mode of transportation but used unconventionally. A school bus that's been turned into somebody's home. And I wanted to use objects that obviously weren't made for a bus and try to make it look as much like a bus as I possibly could. And so what I decided to do on the interior was really add as much clutter and things that I thought really suited this whole like hippie story I wanted to tell, and really like bring in the flowers and use some of my favorite items as well, because this is one of my favorite styles to build in. There's also the art easel and the bubble blower because I thought it fit the whole hippie theme, if you guys get what I'm saying.
You need a bubble blower if you're gonna be a hippie.
So I have some chairs in here, and I also use this wall decoration to simulate a steering wheel. And then also for the dashboard, I sized up some shelves. And then here on the front to create the effect of the school bus, I used some roofs. And then also these are headlights sized up, and also the wheels are lights as well because we don't necessarily have tires, and this is supposed to be using things that are unconventionally used to make it look realistic. And these are actually wall decorations that I turned around so you couldn't see the design on them to make it look a little bit more like a tire. And then this is a vent decoration that I wanted to look like the front of the bus, like where the radiator would go. And then I also used these little night lights to look like brake lights or just extra lights on the bus. And the other details I wanted to include was just like the personal touches that I imagined the sim living in this little caravan or this little school bus converted into a home would add to make them feel at home.
All right, Dave, how are we feeling about this unconventional build?
Well, Simlessy, you are a talented builder. You employed some pretty clever tricks here. Overall, I don't know if it was the right call to focus so heavily on the living interior. If this was a tiny build challenge, I think you'd take it away.
Okay.
I'd want to live in this. I want to go tour the countryside. So I think you met all the requirements of the challenge, but maybe I would have liked to see a bit more details on the actual vehicle aspect.
Was that detailed enough for you, Kelsey?
I would say that you definitely used unconventional things. Like I really liked that you used some kind of wall decal backwards in order to get the wheels. Like I think that's really clever. But I will say like a school bus doesn't feel like that's necessarily like unique. It doesn't feel unconventional. But I think the attention to detail is great. It's a solid build, a gorgeous build.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I'm like, I want to take this bus on tour. Like, let's get it. This is definitely better than the tour bus. I definitely love that you did use unconventional parts. As far as what you actually made with the unconventional parts, I would have to agree that it didn't shock me. But I will say that that's what this was. It's about flipping those conventional ideas on the head.
All right, well, thank you so much for sharing that build. I think the judges, y'all gonna have a tough decision on this one. Both teams have really delivered. We've had 2 head-to-head battles so far, the stylists and the builders. It's been a really long day. Let's pick this up in the morning, get some rest. It'll be the storyteller's turn first thing in the morning. We'll see you then.
Going home, I still have no idea what the story thing is going to be about, what I'm going to be doing during my head-to-head story battle. I'm going to probably stay awake most of the night thinking of just stories that I could use, but honestly, it could be anything.
As the sun rises on our competition, Team Cowplant is missing a key member of their team. Good morning, teams.
Morning.
There are only 5 of you here right now. The storyteller from Team Cowplant, Steffo Sims, is not here.
I ended up making the decision to leave the show shortly after. Team Gnome left.
The team being eliminated is Team Gnome.
Oh my God! I had my speech ready. I went back and forth with it a lot because I just didn't want to let my team down. I was really trying to push through for them. But the last thing I wanted to do was hold my team back because I couldn't do what I needed to do for them. The English Simmer and Plumbella are my friends. We came in it together, even though they're not on my team. And when they left, a piece of me left with them. So I didn't know how to do it without them.
We respect and support her decision completely, and it's been such an honor and a pleasure working with her and being on a team with her up until now. She kind of just felt like she couldn't live up to like her fullest potential in the challenges. But like Ashley said, we're behind her 100%.
All right, so of course we respect Steffo Sims' decision, but the competition must go on. So based on our rules, the most recently eliminated storyteller will compete on behalf of Steffo Sims. In this case, the English Simmer from Team Gnome will now be joining Team Cowplant. All right, welcome back, the English Simmer.
I'm the English Simmer. I think my forte when it comes to playing The Sims is really delving deep into a character. With The Sims being the type of game that it is, it just promotes inclusion and diversity. And so when it came to my own coming out, I didn't really see it as a big deal because I had grown up with a game that allowed me to tell those stories anyway. And just playing The Sims really helped me to just become more comfortable in who I was. If I win, it would be a dream come true.
How are you feeling?
I'm ready to show what I have left, and hopefully I can be the best that I can be for Steffo Sims.
We're happy to see you back.
Thank you.
Storytellers, time to get back to work. The rest of the teammates head over here. Storytellers, your head-to-head battle is gonna be a little different. You're gonna have 0 prep time.
English Simmer is an amazing storyteller, so I'm gonna have to up my game even more.
You're gonna take turns storytelling live, based on a Sims scenario created by Judge Dave over here.
No pressure.
Glue on. The ball is in your court. This is crazy. I'm hoping that he can be quick on his feet and figure out whatever they throw at him.
The team with the most votes in the skills challenge will have an advantage going into the championship challenge. English Simmer, step out the room because Dr. Gluon's gonna go first.
Okay, good luck.
Okay. All right, Dr. Gluon, your challenge is called Sell That Fixer-Upper. In this challenge, you will become a real estate agent, giving the judges a live narrated open house tour. Your job is to convince the judges why they should buy your house.
Okay.
Judge Dave is gonna take control of your fixer-upper tour, drive the ship a little bit.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do this.
No prep time, no time to think about what's gonna go on. It's pretty nerve-wracking. All right, let's just go. Welcome. This thing has been on the market a little longer, but it has a lot of character. Let's walk on inside the house. If you got pets, then they will love this thing. A lot of like interaction for the little critters, you know?
What's in the kitchen?
Oh yeah, that's Roger. He comes on weekends to do a little house cleaning. I can't say enough about how amazing this kitchen is. The wallpaper is versatile. It can come on or off depending on what you want, or in between. Either way, which is fun. Of course, here we have a lovely bathroom. Now, all the water is just left on all the time, which is really fun, you know? I hate turning on those taps all the time. This is the living room, and how many times have you seen a fireplace? In this economy, you don't see them, so really, let's go ahead and head into the back of the house here. The previous owner had a little bit of an accident, and they're still technically here. Let's head on back to the front of the house again, and oh, here we go. Actually, here's one of the previous owner's wives. If you can get them to come out, they're super friendly. You are gonna love what you see upstairs. Oh my goodness, so nice. I love the open concept with the piping, you know what I mean? Like, I just like to see where the water's coming from. It's always running, which is awesome. Whatever you do, here's this is Larry.
This is an oversized rat, y'all.
Yeah, it looks like Larry's practicing his acting skills in front of that wonderful mirror.
I don't know about you guys, I'm a little frightened right now.
I'm a little frightened.
Yeah.
Shall we head back up?
Yeah, let's head back upstairs.
All right.
I can definitely see on your faces you are absolutely loving this place. Let's head on.
All right. Kelsey, in terms of storytelling, how do you think Dr. Gluon performed?
Oh, I think brilliantly. There was a joke in every room. Everything that kind of popped out, he flew with. It all flowed really beautifully. Being a Twitch streamer, you definitely have like that think on your feet ability, and I definitely saw it shine, I think, here.
Taylor, did he convince you to buy this house?
You know what? If anybody else was presenting this house, I probably would have ran out. You know, but with you, I'm like, maybe I'll see one more room and maybe see the potential. Like she said, you ran with every punch. Really fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you did a really good job, Gluon. But to be perfectly honest, I would expect no less. I mean, this seems to be really right in your wheelhouse, right?
I built houses much like this.
Awesome job. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, English Simmer.
I am a little bit nervous for this challenge because I know that Dr. Gluon is a live streamer, whereas as a YouTuber, I do have the time to edit what I am saying. Having to do it off the cuff is a scary thing for me.
Here we go.
So, as you can see, we are in a lovely world filled with greenery. We do have a few cracks we are hoping to fix up a little bit. We have some pets that come included. You'll never be lonely in this house. Through to the kitchen. You have fresh ingredients in your kitchen, fresh enough that they are still alive right now. So the pots actually cook themselves, you know. And this is the current resident who is living here. Don't worry, he'll be out before you guys move in. And here we have the man who built the house. This is Count Julog. And this is our pride room. This is where we celebrate you being you. And here we have the second bathroom. Like I said, you are free to shower wherever you want to in this house. I would prefer to shower in the kitchen, looking at this.
What's in here?
Yes, so this is actually from the... This is the nursery. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hi there. So this is Clive the Clown. He passed away, and he was really close with the child of the family. He likes to visit every so often and just play.
I'm a little scared now, guys. Do you want to go back out front?
Yeah.
This is a little scary.
Definitely. It's definitely a fixer-upper.
You did a great job. I loved the bit about being able to shower wherever you wanted. I think that was very charming.
Dave, what are you thinking?
I think this is a tough challenge. I think it's really difficult to come up with a cohesive story on the fly. I think you did a pretty good job. There was a couple of moments there where you seemed to be struggling.
Yeah.
Overall, pretty strong.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Do you think Steffo Sims would be proud?
I would like to think she would. I am feeling the pressure right now. I do feel as if I rambled quite a bit, and I really felt as if I had let down Team Cowplan.
Welcome back, Team Llama and Team Cowplant. It's time to find out how the judges voted in the head-to-head skills challenge. Remember, each vote is worth 1 point. The team that gets the most points gets an advantage in the final challenge. Let's start with the stylist. Your head-to-head battle was called Gender Not Required.
With the stylist on center stage, X Mirror Mirror's gender-fluid fashion line called the Chill Collection focuses on an array of blues and neutral colors in her line. While Little Seahawks collection, Suzanne, was inspired by her grandma, and it highlights patterns and vibrant colors.
Judges.
My vote was for Team Llama. I just think it was the most cohesive and it was very, very well put together. I liked all of the makeup looks and how fresh it was.
All right, 1 point from Kelsey. How about you, Dave?
I think you guys both did good on this challenge, but honestly, I really wished you pushed it more. Both teams, for a gender fluidity challenge, I think we expected to see a little bit more variety on the gender fluidity. Seemed like we got a little bit more traditional kind of fashioned lineups. In the essence of the challenge, I do think X Mirror Mirror definitely rose to the challenge a little bit better, and that's why I'm gonna be giving you my vote.
I'm gonna have to say Team Llama has my vote in regards to the styling because you had such a difference in body shapes and sizes. You killed it with the consistency throughout the entire line and non-gender conforming outfits.
Congrats, Team Llama. You're at a 3-point lead right off the bat.
To get all 3 judges' votes felt really good. I felt validated in my choices and what I decided to choose to go with and create a sim. It felt so good to get a leg up for my team in the skills challenge.
All right, in the Builders Challenge, we had Dr. Ashley from Team Cowplant versus Sim Lissy from Team Llama. Your head-to-head battle was called Unconventional Build.
Dr. Ashley's mode of transportation took the unconventional route with a focus on traveling through time, while Sim Lissy took a school bus and turned it into a detailed home.
Taylor.
I really enjoyed how you took a very traditional sense of traveling, but then you actually flipped it on its head and you did use unconventional things to make what we see every single day, but completely made out of different materials. But then it was just undeniable, Dr. Ashley, when we were like, oh, but you thought of a completely different way to think about time. And because there's no specific way that a time travel machine looks, you did incredible. So I'm just gonna have to say my vote is going for Cowplant.
Kelsey.
I think this challenge definitely could have been perceived in different ways. Sim Lissy, you did an amazing job of making something very creative and sweet. You played to your strengths, the interior was absolutely stunning, and you definitely used unusual objects to accomplish something that isn't a traditional build in The Sims. Dr. Ashley, you went above and beyond. I think you really utilized a lot of stuff we don't get to see every day and made something that we wouldn't have expected. And so for that, I am giving my vote to Dr. Ashley.
Thank you.
Dave.
Dr. Ashley, you super crushed this, man. This was really, really inventive, super unexpected. Sim Lissy, I thought you did an adequate job. I think you played to your strengths, though, rather than what we were really looking for out of the challenge. So that was one of the reasons why I had to go with Ashley on this one.
All right, we have a 3-3 tie. We have 3 votes outstanding.
It all comes down to the storytellers to determine the winner of this head-to-head challenge. The storytellers, Dr. Gluon, and Team Cowplant's newest member, the English Simmer, were put on the spot to walk a potential home buyer through an open house tour as our very own Judge Dave navigated this fixer-upper.
Dave,
Well, both these teams were pretty fun. I don't know if I'd buy either house. Dr. Gluon, I honestly thought you could have been a little bit more on point with the humor. English Simmer, I think your realistic kind of approach to kind of taking the role of the realtor and trying to upsell us on all the features of the house, I think that kind of won me over. So I'm gonna throw my vote to you on this one.
Taylor.
I love your realistic approach. You know, you took something that's like, okay, I could imagine if this were a real house, that these are the only ways possible that this person would have been able to sell that to me. But then I go over to Team Llama and I just was laughing so much throughout the entire house. Like, I'm gonna have to give my point to Team Llama on this one.
And that leaves us with a 4-4 tie. I did not see this coming.
Oh, neither did I.
It has to come down to you, Kelsey.
It's hard. I really like that you weren't afraid to back down from the gritty. You were like, this is the real tea about this house, but don't worry about it, very strong doors, you know? I loved that vibe. You did have a few moments of stalling. Dr. Gluon, I think that you were just seamless in the way that you went about the house. I think my vote's gonna have to go to Dr. Gluon and Team Llama for this.
Team Llama, you won the skills challenge.
Winning the skills challenge made me feel really, really good. I was taken aback, I was shook, I was like, that feels so good.
It all comes down to this. Only 2 teams remain, and one will win $100,000. Team Llama, for your advantage, you'll get 15 minutes ahead of the other team on your computer.
It is pretty huge for us. We get an extra 15 minutes to work on our final creation, and that 15 minutes can go a long, long way.
To determine the winner of Sparked, your final challenge is called Play with Light, and the winner will be our very first Spark champion.
I'm freaking out a little bit. The $100,000 is right there, and it's waiting for us to take it.
Good luck, y'all. On the next episode of Sparked,
I'm freaking out right now.
we crown a winner as Team Llama and Team Cowplant battle it out for $100,000.
When you get nervous, you start to screw stuff up.
One final challenge remains.
I'm just really happy that I finally got to tell something personal.
One final chance to create.
I loved what you wrote.
Oh my God.
It's all on the line. The winner, $100,000, is... And for you, watching from wherever you are, your Sims Challenge is live now. Simply head into The Sims 4 on the platform of your choice to find new exclusive community challenges for in-game stylists, builders, and storytellers. And by submitting your community creations, you and your creations have a chance to be on a future season of this show. That's right, maybe the next season of Spark could feature you. Head to thesims.com/challenge now for all the details and check out the new challenge tab in-game. We can't wait to see what you create.